Well, we've seen the latest numbers, and many of you are living through it right now. Unemployment numbers continue to go up. But what these latest numbers don't show is that the average American who is working is making $8,000 less than they were 10 years ago. And that's why many of you are thinking about making a career change. Fox 29's common sense lawyer Shari Olefson is here to give us some tips on changing jobs. Nice to see you as always. Thanks for being here. So the first thing that pops into my mind with the $8,000 less, is that with inflation factored in, or is it actually a lot more when you factor in inflation?
It's a lot more when you factor in inflation. And the real reason that numbers are going up, but we're still feeling this pinch, is for at least the last 30 years, productivity has been going up, but worker wages have been going up not as quickly and sometimes staying the same. And of course, when the bubble burst, Roxanne, a lot of us stopped getting any kind of wage increases. A lot of us took cuts so that we could save jobs in our workplace. And the fact is that most of the jobs that were lost since the recession have been in that middle income bracket, you know, around $20 an hour.
That's right.
But most of the jobs that were replacing them have been lower, in about the $7 to $8 an hour range. So people are really actually feeling the crunch. Not only are things costing more, but we're all actually making less.
Well, I'm going to wander off script just for a second to ask you this question.
For a change.
Yeah. Is it okay to ask your boss for more money if it's time to talk? You know, if it's that time for
and that actually goes
discussion?
to part of what we're going to be talking about.
So I'm not going off script.
No, you're just getting a little ahead of ourselves, which is career counseling and some of the tools for negotiating salary.
So if people want to change jobs, even a career, how do you do that?
Well, and what we're really talking about, the 50,000-foot view, is how to put yourself in a position where you can have more upward mobility and maybe even be happier doing it. And we've talked about direct sales, we've talked about earning more with a second job, we've talked about franchise sales, for example. This is another option if you want to stay working for someone else, but be able to have more upward mobility. So career counseling really involves first taking a look at yourself. There are several steps, but first is really assessing your own natural interests, your own skills, and then how those apply in terms of career testing. It will include resume and interview skills, and like we said, salary negotiations, and looking for job opportunities, including networking. But it starts with that self-assessment. What is it that I like about my job? What do I not like? What type of environment should I be in? What are my natural skills, and what were my passions and interests before I was in this situation?
And do you say, what would I do if I could do anything in the world?
That's part of the exercise. It is really that self-discovery. And once you've kind of taken that to a certain level, then you can look for a professional career counselor to help you get to the next level.
Is a career counselor expensive?
That's a great question. And I advise most people to start again with your own self-assessment. There's great resources on the internet. There's some fabulous books that you can download on your Kindle or whatnot for $1 or $2, really nothing. Most career counselors then, once you have taken this as far as you can on your own and you have the answers to some of these questions for yourself, are going to charge between $50 and $200 an hour. You want to talk to them about their fees. Obviously, you want to talk to them about the services they'll provide, their credentials, and what their limitations are. Anyone who promises you quick results is probably someone you should avoid, because this is a process. But you can find some great career counselors through your own professional association, through the professional associations in areas that you're interested in, or through the career counseling associations like the National Career Development Association.
So have your ducks in a row, because this is not cheap. Now, they're not job or headhunters or job hunters for you. They just direct you.
They are therapists. Oftentimes they're therapists, and they'll help you figure out what the best opportunity is for you. But in the end, this will pay off in spades, because you will be able to earn more and you'll be happier.
Thank you, Shari, very much. Don't be afraid to take that first step.